So in my early days of doing stop smoking clinics, and we're going back into the mid 1970s, I would frequently get questions from participants that they heard and they were wondering if it was true that quitting cold turkey was too dangerous. Like it was too much of a shock to the system. And sometimes these people had heard it from what they considered reliable resources. Sometimes it was women hearing it from their obstetricians that, oh, yeah, it's too much of a shock to your system. You probably shouldn't go cold turkey. You have to understand the lack of understanding at that point in time. And actually, by the time I was doing it, that wasn't happening too often. But people who were talking about what they heard 10 years earlier when they had their kids, that it was too dangerous, well, there was a very limited understanding of how dangerous smoking itself was and how dangerous quitting cold turkey was. When I say how dangerous smoking itself was, though, there was a pretty good chance that some of these women who, again, they were now older and their kids were grown, but when their doctors were telling them that it might be too dangerous to go cold turkey, it was often a response to the women asking the question first of, is smoking harming my baby? And there was a chance that back then that the doctor who was going to be answering this question could have, kind of sat and looked at them and reached in their pocket and pulled out a cigarette and lit it and said, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad for the baby. This is how smoking was viewed back when you go into the 60s and when you go into the 50s. They did not understand how dangerous smoking was, to the level that over half the doctors in the country were smokers. As time went on, though, doctors were one of the first groups to quit in large numbers. And now it's not common that you're going to find a lot of doctors who smoke. Some, yes, but nowhere close to the majority like it used to be. There was a lack of understanding about how dangerous smoking was, but there was a lack of understanding about how to quit. Well, there's still a lack of understanding in the medical field about how to quit smoking, but there was this perception out there that just quitting smoking was just too dangerous. If you do any research now, trying to find research, studies on the dangers of quitting cold turkey, you're not going to find anything. You'll find research saying, oh, you're not going to be successful if you quit cold turkey. That cold turkey has a very low chance of success. Oh, there's plenty of research showing that. Again, it's research mostly done by pharmaceutical companies who really want you to buy their products, and they're trying to make it sound like it's impossible to quit cold turkey. No one quits cold turkey, but very low chance of success. The vast majority of people in this world who quit smoking did so by cold turkey. They did not use medications. They did not use any kind of nicotine replacement products. They simply quit smoking. And as far as for the risk of quitting that way, I've had, when I was doing clinics, I had over 4,500 people come through stop smoking clinics. I only had 2 people die during the clinic time period, the 2 weeks that they were in the clinic. I only had 2 people who died. And you need to understand the level of sickness that I had of people who came into the clinic, the problems that they were having. Many people were forced in by their doctors because of how sick they were. And it was almost like a last-ditch effort to save their patient's life, to get them to quit smoking. I had 2 deaths. One of them was a man who the doctor had forced him in, along with the wife. The doctor had said, this is imminent. This man is going to die. He has to quit smoking. He's in really bad shape, and we're not talking weeks, and we're not talking months, we're not talking years. He's going to die soon if he does not stop. Well, he died 4 or 5 days in the program. I need to point out, though, he never quit smoking. He was cheating throughout the program. I did not know that. I found out when I talked to his wife afterwards, who said he was smoking all the way through, and she doesn't even know if he had cut down. She knew he was smoking, but she didn't know the quantity. She was trying to force him into this, but you can't force a person to quit smoking. The other person was a man who also, I believe he had a quintuple bypass. He still needed some surgeries. It was too risky to do surgery on him. The doctor was saying, there was a chance that if he quit smoking that he might be able to do surgeries, but it was a long shot. He was in really bad shape at the time he came in. And I've had a lot of people in bad shape. He died 10 days into the clinic. Now, I want to point out, he was beyond withdrawal. He wasn't really suffering any of the classic withdrawal symptoms. He was feeling pretty good, but his heart did finally give out, which was no surprise to anybody because of the condition he was when he came in. I went to his funeral. His wife saw me and was really excited because she wanted to introduce me to other family and friends that they had, and was saying that I was the man who, helped her husband to quit smoking. And they were all really thankful about this. And I was a little surprised at the time because, well, the man had just died, and, it didn't really save his life, but it had an impact. These people were very appreciative that he had tried to quit smoking. Not even that he tried, that he did quit smoking. Up to that point, they felt like, and the way they were giving the impression, it was like, he had given up. He didn't care about anything anymore. He was just going to smoke until, it killed him. He was going to leave everybody behind. But that's not how they were viewing him now. He was trying to save his life. He was trying to stick around for his family. He had actually quit. He was really proud about that. And these were positive feelings that they all were having. The fact that he tried to save his life, the fact that he actually successfully quit smoking, and while in the end he still died, he at least put that effort in to save his life. And that meant something to his wife and to their family and friends. The main message here, though, is don't get caught in this past kind of misinformation that was out there that, quitting smoking cold turkey is too dangerous, shouldn't be trying it. Quitting smoking cold turkey is likely the safest way of quitting smoking. It's definitely the cheapest way of quitting smoking. And for all real world practical experience, it's the most successful way to quit smoking. All you need to do to quit smoking, to try to save your health and likely save your life, all that's required is to finally make and stick to a personal commitment to never take another puff.